Beloved Masters, at the present time you may wonder why we are not relaying much new information to you, but are more or less repeating wisdom teachings of the past. We have told you through the many messengers of light who have devoted much of their time and energy to bringing forth the wisdom teachings for your ascension in consciousness. We have now given you the major, important teachings for this particular round of the ascension process. We are focusing on past teachings, refining and upgrading them for a reason. Repetition is one of the best ways to help you integrate and retain the higher frequency teachings of the future. We understand that it is exciting and tantalizing to constantly receive new, radical, and sensational information. However, we ask you, have you integrated and perfected all the teachings that have been given? Have you accomplished all of the goals necessary to competently and easily access and live in a fifth-dimensional environment? A limited number of advanced souls have achieved that goal. However, the majority of you are still in various stages of completing the final, critical rites of passage that are needed to achieve entry into the fifth kingdom of God consciousness. Patience and a willingness to allow the process to unfold in its own time are what is needed during this critical stage of higher consciousness integration. Whether you are in an intense period of testing or growth, or whether you are in a null zone, or a time of sanctuary and contemplation, it is vastly important that you allow your oversoul/higher self to orchestrate the tempo and timing of the final stages of the process. Initiation is a great experiment with energy through the use of will. It is a gradual understanding of the higher path of consciousness and an integration of cosmic wisdom. You are composed of energy units of varied frequencies. It is vital that you strive to control your emotional nature, and become selective in the energy forces that you draw to you and integrate. The energy field in which you live and move creates your reality in the material world. As you and the earth return to balance in the still point of perfected harmony, polarity consciousness will no longer be able to dance and weave between the light and the shadows. There will be no need for conflict, separation, or anything which will hinder you in perfecting your mastership and creating that which will bring peace, prosperity and great joy for all. It is surely being brought into your awareness that the light is becoming more predominant in certain people and areas, as the shadow/negativity is becoming more pronounced and chaotic in other areas. This is because a separation is taking place, both within each of you and all around you. You must choose which path you will follow, the upward spiraling path of enlightenment or the downward spiral of continued chaos and limitation. Our mission is to assist you in making the highest choices. Are you ready to manifest, and prepared to live in the magic and majesty of the fifth-dimensional environment that is awaiting you? My brave ones, it is truly a cosmic dance you are in the midst of, and what we are endeavoring to do is to help you find the harmonic cadence and beat which will allow you to waltz, glide, and surf on the crests of the new age waves of change, and to modify the troughs or lows in between. Have we not told you many times before? This great drama you are in the midst of is not about light/dark, good/evil, negative/positive, right/wrong, for there are many shades, interpretations, and levels of truth within each of these concepts. What you are seeking is the middle path or balance, which means bringing all facets of your being into harmony, one with another, the physical body, emotional body, mental body, and etheric body, so that they resonate compatibly, and they complement and strengthen each other. Many of you are experiencing the cutting edge of creative existence as you rapidly move through the remaining distortions of your old reality into a more clearly defined life and viewpoint. However, your emotional and mental awareness are still at odds and battling with the dichotomy of old and new thought forms/beliefs that are swirling around you. Symbolically, in one hand you are holding your justly earned higher vibrational awareness and wisdom as you test and validate your newly expanded senses, and you experience the many small and large miraculous manifestations that are occurring in your everyday life. Yet, in the other hand, you are still trying to juggle the swirling mass of distorted thought forms prevalent in what we will call the common consciousness of humanity, which is in the throes of the remaining vestiges of the old third/fourth dimensional reality perpetuating fear, lack, separation, and the deep-seated need to control and dominate others. First you accomplish this in what could be seen as a horizontal fashion, whereby you reintegrate all the energetic facets of yourself you have created within your force/auric field. You focus within on each chakra/mind center and, through your enlightened intent, you gradually reprogram each of these centers, thereby replacing old disempowering vibrations with new master memory cells of creator consciousness. As you do so, the refined energy from each center radiates outward and redefines/harmonizes the attributes and qualities that pertain to that particular energy center. As we have taught before, as you bring these energy centers into harmony, one by one, you gradually activate/open the 7 seals of higher consciousness, which ignites the pillar of light in your spinal column, which enables you to gain access to the more rarefied vertical levels of consciousness known as your oversoul/higher self, and eventually, your sacred triad. Your higher mental self is the discerning higher intelligence which monitors and regulates the light infusions, and the gifts of spirit that are allotted to you according to your level of spiritual awareness and your present needs. Special dispensations are also monitored and dispensed by your holy mental self, your spiritual triad of divine will/love/intelligence, which is the intermediary between you and your God seed Adam, I Am Presence. Meditation helps to discipline the lower mind and the ego so that you can attune consciously to the musings of your higher mind. It takes patience and discipline to stop the mind chatter that is the norm for those closed off from their higher consciousness. We encourage you to practice active and passive meditation. A decree or affirmation is a prayer with power. It should be a concise, positive affirmation expressed with confidence, and the assurance that it will be manifested in the proper form at the appropriate time. If the affirmation is sent forth with loving intent for the greatest good, you are aligning your will with that of your higher self, and universal law will assure that your co-creator thoughts and aspirations will be combined with those of like mind. Thus, they will be increased in strength and power. Silent meditation is listening for an answer from your higher self, your guardian angel or your sacred triad. Those of you who are deep in the midst of this transformational process at this time are experiencing many conflicting patterns of thought, but you are learning to be an observer of the process and view your everyday drama of life from the higher vantage point of a master. You are experiencing fewer and less dramatic lows, and as you process these imbalanced energies, you are moving back into your center of power much more quickly. However, it is a critical time of testing your ability to claim what is to be your highest truth and to maintain your balance as the waves of change ebb and flow. As you become accustomed to observing your world from a loftier viewpoint, you will be able to see the energetic probable future timelines, which those around you are creating with their positive/negative thought forms and actions. You will intuitively see what is ahead of them if they continue on their present course, possibly not the particular details but the uplifting or stressful results of their actions. Just as we cannot interfere or resolve your problems for you, you will not be able to intercede for those around you. What you can do is not get caught up in their negative dramas, and you can serve best by being an unwavering example and staying firmly in the power of your heart center, each and every moment, no matter what occurs in the world around you. You must learn to focus on your inner world or the sanctuary of the soul. The soul, the physical vessel, and particularly the mind have their own rhythmic cycles and agendas. The soul's desire is focused on becoming enlightened. The mind is focused on attaining and retaining information. The physical body is focused on experiencing via the senses. Humanity is constantly experiencing cycles of growth, stagnation, and decay, which makes way for a new cycle of growth and expansion. The master turns inward and strives for an enhanced quality of life, while unawakened souls seek outwardly for stimulus and gratification via pleasurable, physical sensation and material possessions. Love as an external focus, exterior to you, will always bring a sense of vulnerability, always needing constant validation by someone or something. Love, as an internal focus projected outward, is a constant flow of self-assurance, of self-acceptance, always striving to incorporate and project more of this blissful feeling of unity and harmony with all creation. It is an exhilarating time to be in the physical vessel, and yet, your physical vessel is struggling to keep up with the ever-increasing frequencies that you have available and are integrating moment by moment, and day by day. Many of you who have not suffered colds, the flu, or intestinal disturbances for many years are now experiencing these debilitating symptoms, and some of you ask, "What am I doing wrong? You are not doing anything wrong, my brave friends. It is what you are doing right that is causing these uncomfortable bouts of bodily distress. This is a good example of old limiting thought forms. You see any of these symptoms or any illness as bad or unhealthy, and that you are being punished or did something wrong for this to happen to you. Of course, we do not know this firsthand, but we do see and sense your distress, and we acknowledge the fact that these occurrences are not pleasant for the physical body. We wish to give you another facet of truth to ponder on. Again, many of you who are deeply submerged in the transformation/ascension process are experiencing these uncomfortable symptoms as a way to quickly transmute the old negative energies within your physical vessel. You could call it a transmutation or baptism by fire, a burning/releasing of old frequency patterns to allow the higher, more refined crystalline cells of consciousness to infiltrate and take dominion within. Not all viruses are bad, nor are all the uncomfortable symptoms you are experiencing. See them as a means to an end and serving a higher purpose. No one is immune to these deeply penetrating energy patterns. No matter where a person stands on the ladder of ascension, each and every one will experience the effects of the upward spiraling frequencies of light. As you can see, many in the world have moved more deeply into separation and fear and are rigidly affirming that their way/truth is the only right/acceptable way. And, herein comes one of the greatest tests for you who claim harmony and a peaceful coexistence for all as your reality. These things, too, will pass, beloveds. We ask you to nurture yourselves, to pay attention as never before to your physical vessels and the signals or messages your wise body elemental projects to you. How will you enjoy the beautiful world of love, joy, and abundance you are creating if your precious physical vessel is not vibrant and healthy? Once you attain the status of a soul-infused spiritual/human, your intellectual abilities, efficiency, and practicality will assist you to make astounding progress. You have the tools and inward talents to achieve anything you desire in this lifetime and beyond, beloveds. Remember, when you have aligned with your current highest destiny for the greatest good of all, you will access and radiate out into the world the creator particles of love/light/life. We are here to assist you in every way possible to attain spiritual illumination, and we radiate to you a beam of eternal love. I am Archangel Michael.